Fair might be the most realistic NPC routine I've ever seen, shout out retail workers. But we still need to find out where Linen Jester and Mr. Beast go, so we're going to skip time and follow each of them properly. Alright, Jester, I'm not letting you out of my sight this time. And she's off. So I guess she didn't disappear. It looks like she's going home. She's washing her face. Oh, she doesn't live here? Just a quick sneaky clean at someone else's house. Classic Linen Jester. No way. She's heading into Fiona's tavern. Okay, so she sat down to have a bevy with the boys.
Oh yes, that ointment of yours.
She's having an actual conversation with the guys at this table. This is already more social interaction than she had an entire day at the market. You ever make small talk with someone at a bar and then realize you've exhausted all possible small talk, so you just kind of sit there? That's currently happening at this table. And there's Fiona coming in for a drink. I kind of miss Fiona after the last couple days hanging out with these vendor goofs. And here's another way Kingdom Come feels different from other games' NPCs. The routines overlap in a way that feels organic. It feels like a real small community. I'm actually a little jealous. See, this is what cars have done to us. We used to spend our whole lives in the same community, seeing the same people every day. I live with a constant feeling that I just don't see people enough. But it wasn't always like that. I know things were wall-to-wall shit back in this time, but that feeling of togetherness here does feel really nice to me. Guys, holy shit. I just caught a snippet of conversation with Fiona and this dude. Fiona is having an affair with this guy and she's telling him to leave his wife.
You don't care about us at all. Why did you marry that old battle axe anyway?
This is crazy. I knew she wasn't happy with that bum that does nothing all day. The man's refusing. He says they're over.
How about a kiss farewell?
Are you serious? What about my marriage vows?
This is so sad. This changes everything. I thought Fiona was just tired. I thought she was just overworked. But Fiona has lore. Is this why you kill all the chickens? Where is she off to? I can't lose sight of the Jester. She's not going to the coop. There is no way. Fiona, it's like midnight. Oh my god. Whoa. It really is her coping mechanism for a broken heart. This pumpkin-headed scumbag is fucking with Fiona. The Linen Jester's off. I started getting a bit conflicted at this point. My job was to observe the Jester, but this twist had me reeling. We'll have to deal with Pumpkinhead later. For now, I still had 2 vendors left. Linen Jester went home, slept on a bench while her husband took the bed. Classic them. And in the morning, I found something genuinely cool. She actually had a linen room. A whole little workspace connected to what she sells. She didn't actually carry the linens to the stall. Still a very cool touch that most people probably wouldn't notice. And then there was Mr. Beast. Technically, he was next. I waited until after his shift. He had a home. He lived right next to the Linen Jester. He washed, ate, prayed, wandered around in the rain, and went to the tavern. So yes, Mr. Beast had a routine. Not a dignified routine, but a routine nonetheless. And on any other day, that would have been enough. But his second time to the tavern, I saw Fiona again. But something was different about her. She looked filthy and exhausted. I kept thinking about that conversation from the previous night. I had come to Mishkowitz to study NPC routines, and somewhere along the way, this stopped feeling like a test and started feeling like I had lived here. I cared about Fiona, and I cared about Pumpkinhead, the man who had looked this exhausted, dirt-covered maid in the eyes and said no. So I made a decision. The experiment was over, the community audit was over, and when I came to terms with that, I knew what to do next. I'm going to find Pumpkinhead. I spent the next day scouring the town for any sign of him. It's such a small town, he had to be somewhere, but I couldn't find him. No Pumpkinhead at the market, no Pumpkinhead by the pond, nothing. But I did know he went to the tavern at night, at least some nights. So I waited until night and went back to the tavern, and he wasn't there. For 3 nights in a row, I returned to the tavern with no Pumpkinhead. I started to worry. What if he was gone? What if Pumpkinhead was a soldier and he'd been called away to fight somewhere? And that thought stressed me out, because if he's gone, these routines are too intricate, I may never find him again. He could be touring the whole map for all I know. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. But then on the next night, there he was. I didn't actually know what I was going to do in the moment, and I ended up just sitting across from him. His buddy also came and sat with us. And for a moment, it almost felt normal. Just 3 guys having a beer. It felt like maybe I'd been blinded by my admiration for Fiona that I hadn't seen things from this man's perspective. Then he stood up, so I stood up, and this fucking guy immediately got pissed off at me for being out without a light. Like the second I stood up. He didn't even have his light out yet. And then he does this super dramatic turn. Give me a break, dude. This guy breaks Fiona's heart and then starts enforcing candle law? Absolutely not. So I started following him. Let's see where this asshat goes. Is he leaving town? At first I thought he might be going home to his wife, which would have been rich. But when he got back to his house, there was no wife there. Well, this is a shock. No wife, no cozy little domestic setup, no family dinner. Just Pumpkinhead and the boys. He wasn't choosing marriage over Fiona. He was choosing nothing over Fiona. He was just using using her. So I waited until morning. People were feeling less than enthused about me standing around waiting for the pumpkin to wake up, but eventually I realized what was going on. He wasn't some random tavern guy. Pumpkinhead was a guard, which honestly explained everything. The power trip, the instant moral superiority about my lack of lantern. This man had authority. He started doing his guard laps, and that's when I decided to try something. Maybe I couldn't remove Pumpkinhead from Fiona's life, but maybe I could at least inconvenience him. So I started pushing him off his patrol route. Just a little. A nudge here, a shoulder there, and then somehow, beautifully, accidentally, I got him wedged between the bridge and the creek.
Damn it.
I think I might have him stuck. He was trapped in his own tiny little jail, a prison of wood. Good boy, Mutt. I left him there. I thought maybe that was enough. Maybe I had solved the Fiona problem without crossing any serious lines. Maybe Pumpkinhead would spend the rest of the game trapped behind a fence, thinking about his choices, while Fiona slowly rebuilt her life. But then I went back to the bar the next night, and he was there again, back in Fiona's orbit. The game had corrected him. Mishkowitz had restored him. The town had forgiven what I could not. And that's when I knew the fence wasn't enough. If Pumpkinhead was going to keep coming back, if the game was going to keep putting him back into Fiona's world, then I had to take matters into my own hands, permanently. So I waited for him again, and when I found him, I didn't try to trap him in a fence. I drew him out of town.
Well, sheathe that weapon.
Away from the tavern, away from Fiona, into the woods, far from the eyes of Mishkowitz. And in the silence of those trees, I had a brief moment of clarity. I was about to kill a man over a conversation I had eavesdropped on in a video game, because of a fictional woman. Anyway, the fight was not heroic. We hacked at each other like two drunks fighting over the last donaire. I took a hit, he took a hit. Eventually, somehow, I was standing and he was not. Fuck you, Pumpkinhead. Then I went back to town, because that was the real test. Not whether Pumpkinhead could be removed, whether Mishkowitz would notice. Would the guards react? Would Fiona mention him? No. Not even a little bit. The next morning after I healed, Mishkowitz woke up exactly the same. Mr. Beast returned to his stall and continued selling imaginary pies. Apples went back to yelling about fruit she didn't have. Linen Jester stood there in her little outfit, quietly waiting for the linens to find their people. And Fiona? Fiona went back to work. The world kept moving. No one searched the woods. No one formed a little medieval investigation committee. I had managed to remove Pumpkinhead entirely from the community, and the community did not notice. The perfect crime. And from a purely systems-based perspective, this was fascinating. Pumpkinhead was gone, and the town simply closed around the space where he used to be. And that should have been the end of it, but I couldn't stop thinking about her. Because Pumpkinhead was gone now, her husband was still a useless schlub who stood around all day. What if she had simply never met someone who was willing to pull their own weight? Someone who understood her routine. Because after watching an NPC for this long, at first you're studying them, but then you start predicting their needs. Maybe I could provide for her. Maybe I could become part of the routine. Isn't the ultimate NPC one whose life I can integrate into however I would want to? I wasn't asking for much. I didn't need a romance option. I just wanted to make her day a little easier. I just wanted to feel like a companion. But every time I tried, I only made things worse. No matter what I did, I wasn't becoming part of her routine. I was interrupting it.
Do you want to hit me, you idiot? Are you mad? You almost hit me. Don't ever fool around like that again. Get away from me.
And that's when it dawned on me. Fiona was not the empty prop. I was. Fiona had a complete complex life. She was woven into the very fabric of this town, and I wasn't. I could follow her through every hour of her day, learn her schedule, but I could not actually belong to her world. I had all this freedom, but I did not have the power to help Fiona carry a bucket, and that was kind of devastating. Fiona doesn't exist for me. She exists despite me. Every morning she wakes up and begins again, and every morning I'm still outside, watching. And maybe that's what happened to the leaning husband. Maybe he wasn't lazy. Maybe he was the last person who tried to help Fiona. And slowly, after days of being ignored, yelled at, and reported to the guards, he accepted the only role the world would give him. The lean. Just a man against a wall. A silent witness. Forever destined to watch over our sweet Fiona. So I joined him, because that was all I could ever do. A man leaning against a wall, watching Fiona work. And for the first time in the whole experiment, I understood him. Not because he had no life, but because Fiona had one, and we were just lucky to stand near it. I'm standing in Riften, in the southeast corner of Skyrim's map, and today's objective is simple. Kick a cabbage from these Riften gates all the way to the main gates of Solitude as fast as possible. But I'm not doing it alone. I've challenged 2 other competitors and the fastest time wins. The problem is my competitors Juve and For the Wren haven't seen the rules. They haven't tested this, they don't know the route. And we're all about to find out just how broken Skyrim's physics engine really is. And the prize? Today's winner will receive a sealed first edition copy of Skyrim's original Xbox 360 release with a 9.6 PSA collector's rating, valued at $6.99. Good Christ. The winner will receive a factory-sealed Platinum Hits Legendary Edition copy of Skyrim for Xbox 360, valued at $97.49, with Kinect support. Let's see if I can get this down a bit. $80. Try that. No fast travel, no horses, no magic, with one exception, which I'll explain in a minute. To move the cabbage, you can only walk or sprint directly into it. That's the entire game, every other rule, and there are a few of them I'll explain as they matter. 3 players, 1 province, 1 grand prize. Will we make it to the end? Will anyone have a breakdown? And the most important question of all, is this a stupid idea for a YouTube video? Let's find out. Let the first official game of Cabbage Ball commence.
Welcome to the first annual Cabbage Ball Tournament. We've got an insane game plan for you today, and it's all made possible by today's sponsor, NordVPN. Cabbage, protect your data. NordVPN.
For the sickos out there who want to read along or try to beat our times, the full rulebook is in the description. Now, every great race starts at the starting line, but this is Skyrim, so we start in a wooden cart. To kick off the game, every player boots up a completely vanilla save file. The second our hands are untied, we bypass the tutorial by opening the console and teleporting directly into Riften. Or if you're Juve, you do the entire tutorial first.
Aren't you supposed to teleport out of there? No.
In a challenge this physically demanding, character creation is everything. Juve and Ren are both Skyrim veterans, so they both instantly pick Khajiit for the unarmed damage advantage. I, on the other hand, chose to play as a Nord because today's sponsor is NordVPN, and I thought that would be worth it for the bit. And it was not. For the Wren named her cat For the Cabbage, I named my Nord Cabbage Coot, and Juve went with
Kabape it is.
Now that we exist, we have to build our roster. Welcome to the heist. First, we have to steal cabbages from the local Riften carts. The absolute legal carrying limit is 10. Every surviving cabbage at the finish line shaves 5 minutes off your final time. Even though the timers hadn't started, the psychological deterioration had.
There's only 1 cart. It's only got 2 cabbages on it.
Local carts.
Is it only loose cabbages or cabbages in a barrel? Oh, there's 5 right there. I think I already have to check the rules.
Ren and I managed to secure a perfect 10 cabbage roster.
Cabbage. Okay, we found it. Okay, I didn't see this.
Juve ran into trouble.
Should I just throw them all into the river? God, this is off to a really bad start. It's too dark underwater. I can't see. 5, 6, 7. I got caught. Are you fucking kidding me? What does this mean for the challenge? There's no rule on this. Are you shitting me, man? I just want to kick some cabbage.
Starting his run at an immediate disadvantage with only 9. We stepped outside the gates. Behind us, safety. Ahead of us, an entire province of hostile NPCs, broken physics, and 0 fast travel. The rules dictate the timer starts the exact millisecond the first active cabbage hits the dirt.
I'm so scared right now.
I'm kind of nervous. What the hell? Why am I getting I'm getting performance anxiety right now. I'm scared.
Timer set. Cabbage is ready. And we're off.
Got a good little bend here. Let's just take that momentum, try to push it right. Holy shit, he moves fast.
Off to a good start, I think.
Now, before you can kick a vegetable across a continent, you need to know where you're going. Juve and I spent around an hour theory crafting our routes. Juve planned to ride the outside map and then cut towards Solitude. My plan, push up to Windhelm, dip south through Whiterun to stockpile resources, and then bring it home. Ren did not theory craft.
I meant to open the map. Oh my god. No. Wait. Let's try to go through this so we can hit Helgen and then go up this way.
So I think this is her route? Maybe? Juve's not even 3 minutes into his run, and already you can see the efficiency of a man who has done way too many Skyrim challenge videos.
I'm gonna cut through the forest here.
He almost makes it look easy. Or maybe Ren and I just make it look hard.
Wait. No! I don't know where the cabbage went!
This is a good time to mention that cabbages are shockingly difficult to see in Skyrim. You're constantly asking yourself, did my cabbage just clip through the world, or did I just lose sight of it? I was facing a different problem. The Nord's unarmed attack doesn't do shit. Where Juve and Ren could one-shot a wolf with a single right hook, every fight for me became a desperate struggle for survival. Oh my god, I fucked up picking Nord. But that doesn't mean the Khajiit are impervious to death either.
No, not a bandit chief! No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, so the death penalty. Die and you respawn at your last quick save, plus 5 minutes bolted onto your final time. And the catch is, you can't just quick save wherever you want. It's only legal beside a crossroads signpost, and the exact second a location discovered notification pops up. Ren hadn't hit either, so her last legal quick save is still sitting back at Riften's gates, which is exactly where she's headed. Meanwhile, I'm trying to pull my cabbage out of the little pond nook, still not healed from the wolves, when this big boy finds me. Oh, you've got to be fucking shitting me right now. I, in a complete panic, do this. Which brings us to this challenge's second most powerful mechanic, the Fus Ro Da Bank. Every legal quick save banks one use of Unrelenting Force. And because stepping outside of Riften immediately gives us our first legal checkpoint, every player starts the run with one shout in the bank. Ideally, you save that shout to blast a cabbage up a hill. Instead, I used mine on this spider, bringing my Fus Ro Da Bank down to 0. Oh, and also as I was manically trying to heal from the frostbite spider attack, this happened. Oh my god, I ate a cabbage. How's our boy Juve looking?
What a shot! What a shot! Oh, right up the middle! Utilizing his sprint, redirecting properly. So far, so good.
How's Ren's restart going?
No. Okay.
Ren eventually breaks through the opening gauntlet and starts absolutely folding people.
Thank the Lord.
Ren then tries to kill an elk, loses her cabbage again,
This is a nightmare.
drops a new cabbage, and then has it roll down a hill. I'll tell you now, her run is absolutely plagued with some rather peculiar cabbage physics.
Wait, did you just see that? Did you see that?
It's not all sunshine and roses for our Skyrim expert Juve, however, and it isn't long until our star cabbage ball player runs into his first roadblock.
Let's not go into the trunk. Let's not go into the tree trunk. Oh my god, we went into the tree trunk. No. We may have to take a penalty on that. Fuck, dude. I knew it was eyeing the hole in that tree trunk.
If your cabbage enters a place where it is visible but cannot reasonably be recovered by kicking, it is stuck. If you can still physically pick it up, you may place it on the nearest playable ground next to the
Hazard, incurring a 30-second time penalty. Ren hits the same snag and has a different way of dealing with it.
That was actually a terrible idea.
Meanwhile, I was running into my next major challenge. Whilst trying to fend off a wolf, my cabbage had rolled right into a giant's camp.
Oh no. This is going to ruin the tour.
Dude, I haven't had a quick save since Riften. This giant is gonna smoke me.